Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Xraised, where we take a look at industry evolution through the eyes of those creating change and innovation. I'll be your host, Rosalie, for this online show where we'll discuss and learn the latest, most exciting developments from industry leaders, pioneers, and innovators who are shaping the future. Today, we'll be speaking with Dominique Madier. He's the founder and director of FEA Academy, a company that aims to provide engineers and students with the resources to learn about finite element models. So, without further ado, let's welcome our guest. Dominique, how are you doing today?
I'm very good. Thank you very much, Rosalie. First of all, thank you for inviting me, and thank you to Xraised for the opportunity to share my passion for numerical simulation. I'm truly excited to be here, and I love helping engineers master numerical simulation through the finite element method, and I really enjoy talking about this topic. So I'm very, very happy to be there today.
I'm glad to hear that. So happy to have you here on the show. I'm really looking forward to learning about what you do today. So to
Yeah.
start off, then, could you give us an overview of what it is you do and the key features or benefits?
Yeah, FEA Academy is a complete remote ecosystem designed to help engineers build strong industry-ready simulation skills in structural analysis using FEA, finite element analysis, from everywhere in the world. Sorry. So what we are doing at FEA Academy is we provide advanced online training programs, I should say, in simulation around real structural problems and real engineering decisions.
Mm.
But training is only one part of the value. What truly sets up apart is the personalized mentoring and coaching programs. Okay, engineers receive direct guidance from experts, remote model reviews, and expert feedback as they work on their day-to-day engineering problems. By that, I mean the real problems that they have in numerical simulation during the development of their products. So it means that this support accelerates their growth because it helps them apply the practical modeling techniques correctly and avoid the common pitfalls, because numerical simulation is something really complex and we use it in order to solve complex problems. So it's not that easy to practice the numerical simulation using the finite element method. In parallel, we offer remote consulting services to support companies globally with simulation work using our own FEA software licenses. So it means that clients don't need to invest into costly FEA software. We build the models, we run the structural simulation for them, and we deliver the results along with our engineering recommendations. By that, I mean that when we do the simulation, we are able to find the problem in their design, the optimization they can do, the improvement they can do, and we provide them the recommendations based on the results of the simulations. So combining world-class training, mentorship, and consulting, all delivered remotely, permits engineers and companies to reduce the risk and improve the product performance. And many organizations rely on us not only for results, but for the coaching of their engineers during the projects.
Well, that sounds really fantastic and incredibly interesting as well. So, what inspired you to create this company? Were there any specific problems or challenges that you wanted to address in your industry?
Oh, yeah, that's a great question. The inspiration came from a pattern I saw over the course of my career. You know, engineers were expected to deliver high quality simulations, but most didn't have access to real mentorship, coaching, or guidance. It is because they were taught how to use the simulation software buttons, but not how to think as analysts, you know. So I wanted to fix that, and I wanted to make it accessible globally. So I created a FEA Academy in reality to address three issues. The first issue I wanted to address is FEA was being treated like a software skill, okay, as I told you, instead of an engineering discipline. So one of the biggest issues I saw, because I'm doing this activity, I'm doing numerical simulation since more than 25 years now, and the biggest issues I saw is that many engineers believed learning FEA meant learning where to click in a software interface. But numerical simulation has nothing to do with mastering a software. The software, it is just the tool. What truly matters is mastering the universal modeling techniques that applies to any solver, any software. So it means that understanding loads and constraints, selecting the right formulation of elements, defining proper contact between the parts we model in a complex system, and building models that represent physics accurately, okay? Because at the end of the day, it is the objective of the simulation, to simulate the reality, the physics of the reality with a computer. So without that foundation, even the most advanced software produces meaningless results. So my first goal was to shift the mindset from button pushing to real engineering analysis. The second issue I wanted to address is that engineers had no mentors to review their models or validate the assumptions. Because you have to know that when we build a numerical simulation, we have to do a lot of assumptions, okay? So a reliable simulation depends on the quality of the assumptions behind it. And the results of the simulation cannot be better than the assumptions we made to build the model. Yet, most simulation engineers work alone. It's strange, but without a mentor to question their decisions, their assumptions, boundary conditions, mesh strategies, or even the material definitions of the part they are modeling. And this is where things often go wrong. Engineers need someone who could guide them through the modeling process, even experimental engineers, to validate their reasoning and help them understand why certain choices lead to accurate results, why others don't. So mastering FEA requires mastering engineering judgment, not memorizing software features. And that is why mentoring became a cornerstone of what we offer at FEA Academy. And finally, the third issue I wanted to address, it is the fact that companies all over the world struggle to build reliable internal FEA capability. Many companies rely on FEA for critical design decisions, okay? Because finite element analysis, numerical simulation in general, is used to develop many products all over the world in many industries, okay? But they lack analysts who truly understand how to build accurate models, even if they use the method and they are developing models. When FEA is treated as software operation rather than an engineering discipline, teams produce inconsistent results, okay? Even if they develop very complex simulations, the results are inconsistent or wrong if they don't follow the strict methods. So it means that this creates risk or delays and even costly mistakes. So companies needed a way to elevate their internal capability by developing analysts who understand the universal modeling principles, who can make the right assumptions, and who can predict the behavior with confidence. So by focusing on modeling techniques and I call that engineering fundamentals, not software, we help organizations around the world improve their simulation capability in a sustainable way.
Absolutely. And many startups, they face obstacles when bringing their products to the market. So could you describe some of your challenges perhaps that you faced and how you overcame them?
Yeah. Uh, One challenge was helping engineers and managers understand how valuable mentorship is in a technical field like finite element analysis. Many engineers and managers believe they could learn everything alone, and many companies underestimated the impact of guided coaching, especially when delivered remotely. So to overcome this, I shared a lot of technical content online, okay, on my website or on LinkedIn through webinars. So I shared the modeling strategies that I am using and which prove that they give the good result because I'm able to develop advanced numerical simulation for my customers using those modeling strategies. So I shared also my workflows, my best practices, the common pitfalls, simple as that. And this allowed engineers from everywhere in the world to experience our teaching style and see the value of mentorship. You see what I mean?
Mm.
Another challenge was demonstrating that remote consulting, remote mentorship can be just as effective and often more efficient than traditional on-site support.
Yeah.
As companies began to see the results, they realized that remote access to senior level expertise made their teams faster, more accurate, and more confident in their results. I'm talking about the results of the numerical simulation. So in the end, our consistency, transparency, and ability to deliver real results permit us to earn trust around the world. Today, engineers who experience our remote training, mentorship, and consulting solutions are some of strongest advocates.
Mm, mm. I can imagine, definitely. And has the response been from your audience regarding your products? Are there any notable, well, your services? Are there any notable success stories or feedback that you can share?
Yeah, absolutely. The response has been incredibly positive,
Mm,
especially to the mentorship and the coaching component.
mm,
Engineers around the world tell me that for the first time, they have someone who can look at their models, challenge their assumptions, guide them in the right direction, or simply answer a question, their questions, And also, since our services are not only for engineers, our services are also for students because many students graduate and they start their job as a numerical simulation engineer and they have no clue how to build a model in order to solve a real problem. Okay. And we have students and engineers from every continent who earn promotions, shifted industries, became FEA leads, or
mm,
finally mastered concept they struggled with for years, or through remote support. Okay, just because they connected, they subscribed to our programs, they connected to the live sessions, and we discussed together about their problems, and we help them to solve their real problems they have now. Okay.
mm, mm,
One story that stands out is an engineer who used our remote coaching to redesign a critical component. He had a problem with a component for a system, a very complex system, mechanical system. And his leadership later told me that this decision prevented a major test failure. The fact that we worked together in order to improve their simulations. So it's a great example of how proper FEA and proper mentorship can make a real difference.
mm, absolutely. I can see from the stories you're telling as well,
Yeah, yeah,
how much that this is changing and helping people.
absolutely. And
Mm,
I can share also a personal anecdote because I still remember early in my career when I was indeed a very complex model. It was what we call nonlinear analysis. It was complex, but the manager, the engineer who gave me the work did not give me clear instructions. You see, so I worked hard, but I wished, and finally, I did the successfully the analysis, but it was very difficult, And I wished someone could simply sit next to me and say, "Here is the right way to approach this." That feeling stayed with me. It's one of the reasons FEA Academy puts so much emphasis on mentorship and coaching. I
mm,
want engineers today to have the guidance I didn't always have.
mm. Absolutely. And looking ahead, what are your plans for the future? Can you share any exciting developments or upcoming projects with us?
Yeah. We already have projects at FE Academy. We are entering an exciting phase because first we are going to expand our advanced curriculum with a course dedicated to model debugging
Mm,
because many engineers are struggling with that. Because as I told you, we use numerical simulation to solve complex problems. So uh, this model debugging activity is fundamental in order to build reliable simulations. So we decided to do a course around this specific topic in order to help engineers with that. And obviously, it will be all delivered remotely, like all our courses. So engineers all over the world will be able to access it.
mm,
Also, we are continuing to develop the structured mentorship programs, offering regular coaching, remote model reviews, and project support. And to be honest, this is becoming a major pillar of FE Academy. Long term, our vision is to build the world's most effective global development platform for simulation engineers,
mm,
combining remote education, mentorship, community, and expert consultings under one ecosystem.
mm. Well, that's really fantastic, and it sounds like you've got a lot planned for the future. So thank you so
Yeah,
much
absolutely.
for talking to us today. It was really interesting to hear all about your work, Dominique.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you
and
very much.
and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the future.
Thank you.
And to our listeners at Xraised, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Rosalie, and I'll see you next time.